I live a life that I feel doesn't really affect others. I feel like maybe sometimes people see me, at least online, but that's about it. In real life, I feel like I'm less approachable. I don't look like I'm nice. Those are just impressions I assume and get from people because I'm 6'6", 6'7", 400 pounds. I'm huge. I'm a giant. I get it. But in terms of the grand scheme of things and what's going on lately or at this current time, I've never really had an alignment to anything. I believe there's just good and bad, and of course, the in-between usually isn't all that great. However, it is unavoidable. That's the world we live in. And the world itself has nothing but dramatic changes, and they seem more and more frequent as of late. I mean, we had 2001, of course. Not only were we affected, a whole bunch of Middle Eastern people who were not responsible were also affected, but the world around us watched as things happened, as they are now. I'm not saying the two are the same, I'm just saying that it was a significant historical event, if you will. And of course, the most recent in history being 2020, COVID and the pandemic. Both events made things so things would never be the same again. And that's where we have 2025. Things will never be the same again, no matter which side you're leaning for. And how that plays out as the next few years go by, that's up in the air. That's something I believe, and I don't thoroughly watch the news. I don't believe something every person posts about somebody or what's going on in the world. I feel I'm really not that influenced, because if I really am curious enough to want to know about something going on, I make sure there's facts, I make sure there's plenty of stuff to back it up, and I make sure there's multiple sources confirming the same thing. And I do that even when maybe an actor passes. I do that to make sure I don't post that, oh man, I really like this person, they are no longer with us. And maybe 10 years ago, that happened often where they hadn't. The only thing I can say that I am for sure of is, whilst yes, it does matter who's in charge of what and where, what's really been going on over the past years since COVID is the people have been way worse, and that's on any side. It's just the general population has been more terrible to each other, and I think that's not the world we should be living in. Sure, yes, certain things aren't good. Not everything is always going to be good. That's life. That being said, I understand people's personal liberties and freedoms they had, and other things are being wiped away. We're being sent back in time. Things are changing, not for the better, as it appears right now. The only thing I can say is, for the facts I do know, a lot of stuff still has legal loopholes or things that can be argued, things that can't automatically happen. The bottom line is, right now, what I'm seeing is just the lack of humanity. It's crazy. You can have your beliefs, you can have your decisions and choices you want made about the way the world works, but treating people like they're not people and wishing ill or even termination upon them is just, I don't know how you can feel comfortable with that. I want to reaffirm that I hope, at least in things like this, you can tell I am not what I look like. I am actually pretty genuine, or I try to be, even if I only talk about things I like. That doesn't mean I'm going to sit there and lie to you and tell you facts that aren't true just because it's the internet, or try to get you to believe what I believe. Except in this one instance, this is a bad example, but this is different. No matter what happens going forward, we all deserve better regardless. It doesn't matter what situation you're in, who you are, what way you lean, or your personal choices. Everyone deserves better, and we're not going to get it no time soon, I guarantee you.